If I told you 20 years ago that there will be an English footballer with 5 Premier Leagues, 4 Carabao Cups, 2 FA Cups and a Champions League before even turning 23, you'd guess he played for Manchester United. Well, he doesn't. Hello, sorry to the Manchester United fans for the shade, but let's talk about Phil Foden today. Because he is utterly ridiculous. Obviously, Foden has an impressive trophy cabinet, but more importantly than that, it's the standards that Phil Foden has set for himself at such a young age. After finally being allowed to play his favourite position for half a season, Foden has put up an impressive 25 goals and 11 assists in all competitions, without penalties, while playing as a central midfielder. But stats aren't everything. Foden's general play has been terrific. His passing is the second best in the league, behind only Kevin De Bruyne, his own teammate. And he glides around the pitch like prime Gaza. He is a terrific player. He has everything a midfielder needs to be world class. And he is only 23 years old. Hello, welcome to my channel again. Today I will be doing mostly a tangent on Phil Foden because I wanted to talk about him. If you watched my Florian Words video and a few others, you would already know that I think there are only 3 players in the world right now that truly give me a feeling of magic. And when I say magic, I mean the feeling Messi gave me back in 2012, the feeling Zidane gave me in 2006. Those feelings is what I mean with magic. And obviously that doesn't mean they are as good as them, but I'm just saying they give me a certain feeling. One of the players I mentioned was Phil Foden. The other 2 were of course Florian Wirtz and Kevin De Bruyne, who I said not as much as when he was younger, but he still sometimes gives me that feeling. Today we are talking about Phil Foden, not Kevin De Bruyne. I'll be doing a video on Kevin De Bruyne when he retires, which is, I don't know, maybe in 5 years, hopefully. Please be out, Modric. Phil Foden. He gives me that feeling of magic. And I'll tell you why. It's because of his first touch. And this is something that I think I've come to understand about that feeling of magic that I used to get when watching football. First touch. The ball comes into you and you just make it look majestic how you move the ball. That is something Messi did. That is something Cesc Fabregas did. Oh my god, Cesc Fabregas' first touch. It was insane. That is something Gaza did. Prime Gaza, the Spurs player. Ooh, he was actually good. He shouldn't have gone to Spurs. He should have gone to Arsenal. So good. That first touch makes or breaks a player. Paul Scholes. Play a ball into him. Doesn't matter how hard. He's gonna control it. He's gonna have it. He's gonna dink a ball over the defensive line. And he's gonna have an assist. That's that feeling of magic. That first touch just completes all the other attributes that a player already has. And so many players are lacking it in the modern day. Even Kylian Mbappe's first touch is not actually world class. Compare it to Zidane, to Thierry Henry, to Lionel Messi, even to Cristiano Ronaldo. His first touch is not world class. It simply is not. But Phil Foden, his first touch, you can see he has complete control over the ball. And that is what makes him special to me. It is not his passing, which is terrific. It is not his dribbling, which he's great at. Again, I compare him to Gaza. I've watched Gaza, a lot of clips of him and a few full games. He glides over the pitch and it looks majestic. Phil Foden reminds me of Gaza. Just the way he glides over the pitch. But that's not what makes him feel magical. It is when the ball comes into him, no matter how hard, he always has perfect control over the ball. That is in itself magical, and what makes him a magical player. He has been terrific for Manchester City this season. He doesn't play up as high as Kevin De Bruyne when he plays in midfield, because he is a midfielder. He's a central midfielder, not a winger, not even an attacking midfielder like De Bruyne. He's a central midfielder. Yet he completely controls the midfield. People can compare him to Rodri and say, well, Rodri has not lost a game in so many time, and City is worse without Rodri. Well, yes, that is true. However, when you take Rodri off the pitch, the substitute is... Who? When you take Foden off the pitch, the substitutes are Kevin De Bruyne, Julian Alvarez, which I don't really like in midfield, but you have him, Bernardo Silva. These are top players. Oscar Bob even, he's also a top player. You can bring off from the bench a lot of great players for Manchester City to replace Foden on a pitch. You cannot do the same for Rodri. So saying that Rodri is better because he's more important, that is non sequitur. I'll put a definition up here for those who don't know what that means. So basically non sequitur means your conclusion is not logical. If you genuinely believe that Rodri is better than Foden, I won't say, oh, you're stupid, because that I don't think that's so, because I rate them both. I think they are very close to each other. If you say Rodri is better, fine. I believe that Foden is better, but it's only by so much. But it's also difficult to compare them, because Rodri is more defensive minded and Foden is more controlling, more attacking. And when I say controlling, I mean he controls the ball, he keeps the pace, he keeps the rhythm, he controls the flow of a game, he brings the ball forward, he brings it backwards if we need to, he always makes the right decision, and he controls how we play. He controls when we counter-attack, he controls when we keep the ball, he controls when we go backwards, he controls the game for us. And he also attacks for us. Rodri has a very different role for us. While Foden controls the team in possession, Rodri controls the team out of possession. That is completely different, and I find it very difficult to compare them. And therefore, if you say Rodri is better, fine. For me, Foden is better, especially this season. This season, Foden has stepped up whenever he had needed to. Against Real Madrid in the Bernabeu. Admittedly, we went out on penalties, but that's De Bruyne and Haaland's fault for missing tap-ins to make it 2-1 at the Etihad. We have had him score important goals against Everton, I think it was. He has scored an important goal. No, Everton was the De Bruyne game where he crossed it to Bob. It was someone else, Brentford, I think. He has scored an important goal against Manchester United. He has been all over the place for us whenever we needed him. He has scored goals out of nowhere. He has provided assists out of nowhere. But the best part of his game is not even his goals or his assists. It's just the control. The complete control. Whenever he is on the pitch and he has the ball, he controls the game. That is world class. That reminds me of Paul Scholes. Or actually, more of Ryan Giggs, actually. Because Paul Scholes was more like De Bruyne, forward-going attacking midfielder. The way Foden plays is best compared to Gaza. But if I had to pick a Manchester United player, I'd say Ryan Giggs. Because Ryan Giggs is more a defensive midfielder, but he also controlled the game when he was on the ball. That is something I do not think any player in the Premier League has, except for Phil Foden. Does Kovacic have it? No. Does Declan Rice have it? No, and the Declan Rice is very good, but he does not have that quality. And that's not something that's to discredit Declan Rice. Phil Foden is the only player in the Premier League with that quality, in my opinion. Now, I haven't watched much of Aston Villa, but I have watched a lot of Belgium. Yuri Tillemans, you don't have that quality, do you? You don't have any quality. I don't know why you keep getting selected. Anyhow. Back onto the point. Phil Foden is what football is. He just has all the skills. He has a bit of flair to him. Not as much as Brazilians, but he also doesn't roll around as much as Brazilians, so it's the give and take, you know. He has flair to him. He has control. He has ability. He makes everything seem smooth. And that's what is so special about Foden. Not only that, but on top of that, he scores goals when he needs to, he gets assists when he needs it, he goes back to defend when you need it. His stats are amazing. Look at his passing stats. Amazing. Amazing stats. And stats aren't everything in football. I prefer TI tests because I think stats are questions, not answers. Like, look at stats. Why did Ollie Watkins get 32 GA in this Premier League season? That's not an answer. That stat is a question. Why did he get 32 GA? Well, because Aston Villa play against low blocks. Or don't play against low blocks, I mean. So he has had an easier time. Switch Erling Haaland and Ollie Watkins from teams, I bet you Erling Haaland has a better season. Heck, Erling Haaland and Ollie Watkins are tied on G8 this season. Haaland provides more off the ball than Watkins does, and provides comparable amounts on the ball, because people still seem to think that Haaland does nothing on the ball, like to build up and stuff. Like, that was last season, mate. Have you watched Manchester City this season? He's been really good on the ball, like just general play and stuff. Please watch City before you make your mind up about that. Yeah? Haaland has been in every metric superior to Ollie Watkins this season. But people judge Erling Haaland on different standards. Why? Well, because stats tell them Ollie Watkins did slightly better. But stats don't have the context. This is the problem with stats. They are very flawed. They are questions, not answers. You can't use a stat as an argument. A stat needs argumentation, not the other way around. So, if you actually watch football, and if you have watched football for a long time, please do tell me. And I'll keep this video rather short. I don't know how long I've been babbling for, but if you actually watch football, tell me what you think about Phil Foden, what you think about seeing Phil Foden, what you think about watching him move around the pitch. Do you think that he is really comparable to any other midfielder in the Premier League right now? Because in my opinion, he's just so far removed. And I don't mean so far removed as in so much better, but so far removed in the style he has. No other midfielder right now in the Premier League has it. That is what makes Phil Foden ridiculous. He is a game winner. He is amazing. He is candy for the GIs. He's eye candy. And he's got a huge trophy cabinet. What players can boast of winning the Champions League before turning 23, as well as having won 5 league titles and having won a treble by 22, having 2 cups already? Well, Lionel Messi can, but I think he can. But not a lot of players can boast about that, can they? Phil Foden is special, and I'll end the video on that. Phil Foden is special. Tell me what you guys think about Phil Foden. He's my player of the season, all season long. And the Haaland video, I'm working on it. I think I'll do that on like Saturday or something, I'll see. Oh no, Saturday is the match, right? What is that? No. Sunday is the end of the season, right, in the Premier League? I think it's Sunday. So tell me what you think, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.